A wax tablet is a tablet made of wood and covered with a layer of wax, often linked loosely to a cover tablet, as a double-leaved diptych. It was used as a reusable and portable writing surface in antiquity and throughout the Middle Ages. Cicero's letters make passing reference to the use of cerae, and some examples of wax tablets have been preserved in waterlogged deposits in the Roman fort at Vindolanda on Hadrian's wall. Medieval wax tablet books are on display in several European museums. Technology and applications. Writing on the wax surface was performed with a pointed instrument, a stylus. Writing by engraving in wax required the application of much more pressure and traction than would be necessarily with ink on parchment or papyrus, and the scribe had to lift the stylus in order to change the direction of the stroke. Therefore, the stylus could not be applied with the same degree of dexterity as a pen. A straight-edged, spatula-like implement would be used in a razor-like fashion to serve as an eraser. The entire tablet could be erased for reuse by warming it to about 50 degrees Celsius and smoothing the softened wax surface. The modern expression of a clean slate equates to the Latin expression tabula rasa. Wax tablets were used for a variety of purposes, from taking down students' or secretaries' notes to recording business accounts. Early forms of shorthand were used too. Use in antiquity. The earliest surviving exemplar of a boxwood writing tablet with an ivory hinge was among the finds recovered from the 14th century BCE Uluburun shipwreck near Kaz in modern Turkey in 1986. This find further confirmed that the reference to writing tablets in Homer was far from anachronistic. An archaeological discovery in 1979 in Durrës, Albania found 2 wax tablets made of ivory in a grave believed to belong to a money-lender from the 2nd century CE. The Greeks probably started using the folding pair of wax tablets, along with the leather scroll in the mid-8th century BCE. Liddell and Amscott, 1925 edition gives the etymology of the word for the writing tablet, deltos, for the letter delta based on ancient Greek and Roman authors and scripts, due to the shape of tablets to account for it. An alternative theory holds that it has retained its Semitic designation, dal too, which originally signified door, but was being used for writing tablets in Ugarit in the 13th century BCE. In Hebrew the term evolved into dala. In the first millennium BCE writing tablets were in use in Mesopotamia as well as Syria and Palestine. A carved stone panel dating to between 640–615 BCE that was excavated from the southwest palace of the Assyrian ruler Sennacherib at Nineveh in Iraq depicts 2 figures, one clearly clasping a scroll and the other bearing what is thought to be an open diptych. Berth van Regemorter identified similar figure in the Neo-Hittite stela of Tahunpas, dating to the late 8th century BCE, who is seen holding what may be a form of tablature with a unique button closure. Writing tablets of ivory were found in the ruins of Sargon's palace in Nimrud. Margaret Howard surmised that these tablets might have once been connected together using an ingenious hinging system with cut pieces of leather, resembling the letter H, inserted into slots along the edges to form a concertina structure. Use in medieval to modern times. Ehriman of Tournai, a monk at the Abbey of St. Martin of Tournai, wrote, "I even wrote down a certain amount on tablets." A remarkable example of a wax tablet book are the servitude records which the Hospital of Austria's oldest city, Enns, established in 1500. 10 wooden plates, sized 375 by 207 mm and arranged in a 90 mm stack, are each divided into two halves along the long axis. The annual payables due are written on parchment paper glued to the left sides. Payables received were recorded for deduction on the respective right sides, which are covered with brownish-black writing wax. The material is based on beeswax, and contains 5 to 10% plant oils and carbon pigments. Its melting point is about 65 degrees Celsius. This volume is a continuation of an earlier one, which was begun in 1447. Wax tablets were used for high-volume business records of transient importance until the 19th century. For instance, the salt mining authority at Schwabisch Hall employed wax records until 1812. The fish market in Rouen used them even until the 1860s, where the construction and use had been well documented in 1849.